Hello, good morning, welcome to another Yes Futures Trading stream. Today is Friday, May 17. It is 9:34 a.m. Eastern Time in the US. The market has just opened. Markets are open now. With a very questionable low. I am not in a hurry to do anything. The structure of the market is very weak. Nasdaq has closed just two distributions out of seven that they have. The ES is weakening, keeps weakening. They bought from Cedar, now buying from yesterday's low. Um, my my very short term reference is this low here that we have. I mean, I had this one, right? But I had what I have here is the closing. At least if the market doesn't have the strength to close at least this distribution, this upper distribution, I mean, the craziness will be still here. We have a little bit of higher volume now at the opening, higher than yesterday at least. But it is Friday. Okay, it is Friday. A lot of things can happen today. We have next Wednesday. We have FOMC. We have Chairman Powell speaking. I mean, he has a speech on Sunday. Also, we have Nvidia after the closing on Wednesday. Very questionable law. This the one that we have now. Very questionable. Every time the market attempted something to the upside yesterday, there was selling that came right after that. And the market is at this high. We have non-excess at the high. This is a non-excess high that we have, a non-excess all-time high. But also we can be in this situation when the market has got too long. The market has gotten too long. It may need some rebalancing here. Um, the the time frames, the bigger time frames that we have a daily, weekly, and monthly. The monthly we have a range of a 3 month range here, with one time framing higher in the weekly and daily. Right? That's the pieces. That's what the market is doing. Market is trending higher, almost in all time frames. Almost in all time frames. Now, one time framing has ended in Nasdaq. Today's low has taken yesterday's low out. It's still too early to talk about value. We can see here that this market is trying, trying to sell here. It's trying. How many times this low? I mean, how many times has came back to yesterday's low? Like 3 or 4 times, right? I mean, if there is any selling here, you wouldn't have any problems, man. Any issues going through that low, like really fast, right? Take that out, take that low out, maybe coming once, check or attempt to take it back, and continue to sell from there. It's not having that. It's not doing that. This we were talking that this market is we just have more of the same here. Very short term trading in both sides. It started higher, this volume started higher, a little bit higher than, but it seems like it is going to be like yesterday. Alright, that low is about to be taken, just about to be taken. What happened if that doesn't happen is the question here. The structure from Wednesday is really, that rally we had on Wednesday was a crucial, it was a really bad one. It was painful to watch. I was checking the 5310 puts here. I didn't get those ones. But if I got those ones, probably I would have let it go. It's just taking too much time here. Now, one time frame lower is over. One time frame higher is over. In this market as well. Is it? No, not yet. It's still, it's only one tick what we have there. Overall inventory is fairly balanced. Notice what settle is, and we have same amount of range or TBOs above settle and about same below. Very balanced. It still hasn't closed the distribution here. Not even one single distribution has been closed. What you have done so far? How many times have you been long, short, long, short? Just letting the market settle here. There's change in the market. Right? The market has get out. In the first period, has got out of balance. Get out of yesterday's range. That's one thing. For one thing, there's change in this market. I'm not looking to the upside officially anymore. Yesterday I wasn't looking to the upside either. we have a market that's out of balance. Okay. These distributions from Wednesday have been closed. Let's see if there's some momentum to the downside. The momentum comes. We have some selling here. Downside continuation. Now it's stopping right at last. Next thing we have overnight low. Next thing Wednesday held back, and then the distributions all over 5300. This level here for me could be relevant here. I want to see what the market does around this area, the 5309, 5310. If you have any question, please just let me know. Any comment, don't hesitate to post it either in YouTube or Twitch, like that. The mechanical way, habits die hard, right? Traders have been having the habit to buy dips now. Every single reference the market had in the lower side, the market has to stop at every single one. Has stopped at held back, stop at POC, stop it at low, stop at closing the distribution, stop it at last. Every single one. And now they are attempting to take some of the yesterday's range, having last as a base, right? Yesterday, I was so focused. I guess I zoomed in too much that I didn't see something here. But I was doing my homework. It was clear as daylight. No, we have no excess high here, right? But this is also range. There's a range here. This is balance, very short-term balance, and then we have balance inside balance. We have an inside back here, and there's a breakout of this inside back. It's true that happens in the opposite direction of the trend, but the market never came back, never challenged the high of this inside back. And this break that we have here. This break usually is used, right? This is the one, this is the resolution of this trade here. And this is when traders take profits here. Now when you see those kind of like fast, quick breaks, when retail goes use data to get short, right? Short-term traders, new non-experienced traders go short here, and this is when more old-fashioned, I mean, some seasoned traders just go out, right? Time to take profits there. Today is also Friday. It's the end of the week. If the market gets too short today, I wonder if those shorts wanna go home short. Same goes to the opposite side. I don't have my what I'm having from what is happening right now is, there's a weakness in this market right now as of 9:50. And the reason why I say that is because the market has got out of yesterday's previous day range in the first period. It opened as an inside day, just as yesterday. But yesterday we have a rally. The first period stayed inside yesterday's range. It didn't took yesterday's range out. I mean, the high, it wasn't taken. Very hard not to do anything here. Because I can think, right? I can think traders thinking, okay, this is short. The market is too high. It's too high. Yesterday we have this break, and this break coming from a market that's really high. That's time to break. No, it's time. It cannot keep going higher. It has to go lower now. Right? I cannot avoid to think that, right? What can be the majority of how most traders may be thinking. How many days this market has come back inside yesterday's range now? Hmm? Just watching here. My time frame is 30 minutes. Right. If you ever have played 5 minutes or 1 minute, when the technical part in those that kind of trading is you base your decision based on what happened in at least 2, 3, 4 periods, right? 2, 3, 4 minutes before, so you can see some bars or things like that. I personally think that 1 and 5 is really, it's just too much noise in those time frames. And 30 minutes is the best for me. You still can see some changes here. It's not that big. And you can see that there is when the period ends, you can see some flickering, right? That happens right after this period ends. I always have a watch or a clock, and I use the computer clock here to monitor the 5 minutes. You know, not the 5 minutes, but I check every seven, kind of like every 7 minutes, you know, to check the health, if I can call it like that, to check the health of the movement, or 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 whatever the market is doing at that moment. Right now, for example, now I'm going to take right now this period as an example. Um, I have this A period that has a high inside yesterday's range and a low outside yesterday's range. I don't have any direction here, right? I don't have any direction. The high has no taper. Look at the volume we have in the highs. This can be a reference. This can be a good reference here in the upper side. Okay, and there is, and then volume dries here, right? So I don't have anything here right now, to be honest. Right? If any, but I have just, as I say that I consider the market being weak right now. But for the way how this histogram and the distribution volume is here, I might even think that there is something to the upside here. Right? But can you see how different, how profiles, how these histograms can give you different kind of information, right? And it is 9:56, right? We were talking about these 7 minutes to check the health of the volume. If this was a downside movement, by now, the last 7 minutes of the period, I should see the market trying, right? Trying one push to the downside. If I consider this market going low, right? Because right now, from yesterday we have L, we have M going lower. Today the market is having downside continuation relative to yesterday. There is something there in between, right? Which is the overnight inventory. The market has to deal with those things first. Sometimes when we may have different kind of participants in this market, the market just doesn't pay attention to the overnight inventory. You just do what is comes to do, and either rally or break, regardless of the overnight inventory. 65% of the times there's a counteraction to overnight inventory. If the participants of the current session are mostly short-term trading, there are good odds. There's going to be a counteraction to overnight inventory. Nasdaq has closed another distribution. 1, 2, 3 distributions have been closed. 4 remain from Wednesday. There is nothing there, on that profile, and that range from Wednesday. There's nothing there. It's very thin. If there is anything serious in any kind of selling right now, this market should have no issues, right? No inconvenience whatsoever. Just to trade, to chew that through that area really, really fast without any problem. This market has no conviction on the lower side. How many times has come back? For example, how many times has come back inside the range? Right? And I can say the same thing to the upper side too. For once, one time frame higher is no more. The market has stopped one time frame higher. You are inside the last 7, and while the market is supposed to open the second period, right at the center, right where it opens. But where we had the opening. If you check Nasdaq too, it's sailing from yesterday's low, buying from the last. So what else? I mean, what else do we need here? You know, to see who is doing what here. When I see that, when I see short-term trading kind of being the biggest force in the market, that gives me another reason. Right? There's a good odds, that I'm going to have some kind of it's going to be like a struggling market, very slow. Odds of rotation also increases when I see that. When I don't see that, there are chances are there is somebody, some different kind of participants, doing something here. And there's no guarantee that that kind of participation is going to last all day long. Right? You may have noticed too that there is sometimes there are these movements with strong movements, right? Movements with strong conviction in one direction, and then suddenly it just vanishes, right? You just do what they come to do, and when they are done, they just leave. The movement may catch momentum. Short-term traders may join and keep moving the market in that direction. But what I have seen is mostly they try to do that, but rotation is what usually follows. I haven't seen that, and we never know when that happens, when that's going to happen. We never know. That's just one part of the market, one part of trading. And this, my friends, is trading. You got to be observing, watching the market until it shows hand. Sometimes it does it yearly. Sometimes it takes a while. We never know. Many times, what often happens to me is, I get so tired of being here. I just take a break, right? I need to take a break. I walk away from the screen. Sometimes I even take a nap. Often I do that, and things happen too. And I think because if I stay here, if nothing happens, well, nothing happens. If I leave and something happens, well, something has happened, right? I missed my chance. But if I stay and if I don't feel good, right, I feel tired, what may happen is I may miss the opportunity. I may get too anxious. work can make a mistake, right? I get prone to make mistakes when I get tired. So that's part of knowing yourself too. That's how I get to know myself. Right? When I am tired, that uh, the odds of something like that happen increases. So I rather rest, leave rest. The market is not going to go anywhere. There's going to be there. There's going to be here. The market is going to be here when I come back. Now, one time frame lower continues from yesterday. This is my reference, no, my short-term reference on the upper side. This was, one of the first I have on the lower side was closing this distribution. Notice how it dries here, right? Very short. I don't think the bond markets can have. It's kind of like getting away from the lows. It may not have an impact. What is happening there may not have an impact now on what may happen here in our markets. You know, under the noise circumstances, this could have been a low, right? But there is change in the market. The market has changed. Right? The market is lower now. One time frame lower is here. So this might be a market where trades may start to sell rallies. But to sell a rally has to happen first. If I go short here, what's my reference, right? What's the reasoning behind, right? What needs to happen? And if it doesn't happen, how do I close my trade? How do I know that my trade is working is the question, if I do something. Oh, check this out. This is the previous all-time high here. Huh? Very technical trading, huh? Can you see? There's something here. Now, they are using this all-time high here to sell from that. Very interesting here. This can be an out here. Let's see. I don't have anything here. Alright, getting closer to the lows, but it doesn't have conviction right now. It's pushing, right? Now, again, the health of the movement. This is the first 8. Usually, the first 7, if I want to gauge the health, how healthy a movement is, in the first 7, if there's a strong either selling or buying or strength, if there's a strength in the movement, the first 7 will show me some continuation, right? Usually taking the previous period low or taking the previous period high. Then a pullback may happen or a rally, depending on what the market is doing. And the next 7 is kind of like neutral, right? Maybe neutral. Neutral is not bad. Um, the next around the 14 minutes mark, another another attempt to extend the range of the period usually comes. And then again it starts to dim, and the final push, you know, the final push, as I say, in the last 7. I'm not seeing that now. This is to judge the health, to gauge the health of the movement. Considering that yesterday this has started around what was we had said here before, right? I started here. This is, oh, by the way, this is very questionable too. It was saddle here. Huh. Look at what this was. This breakout, this break came from saddle, which happens to be also previous period hard back. All right. Very mechanical trading here going on. Let's talk about this inside bar here. Right? There are some traders that take the breakout of this bar. Right? There's another set of traders that take this. They go short somewhere in here. You know, based on what had happened before. What are the odds? Based on odds. The part of this trade that says, you know, sometimes be better to be a little bit late than too early. Can be this G or H, right? When the market makes an attempt, you know, to take this high back, but it fails. It takes this one, doesn't take this one, not this one. It fails. This can be an area, you know? And then you are still inside, you know, very close to this low. Market is giving you another opportunity here. Now the stop, how far is the stop? It's 47, 52, that's 5 points here. Trading with options, that's when options come to play, right? What can be 5 points with futures, with options? You know, your in this case your put, right? Your put may lose 1, 2, maybe 3 points there. You know, with this market coming, you know, get short somewhere in here. When it comes back all the way up to here, you may lose, like, as I say, 2, 3 points. It gives you more time also to manage. Now, very questionable low today. Yesterday, very questionable high. Now, we were talking about these time frames, right? 1 minute, 2 minute, 5 minutes charts. What we see, right, before doing anything. I mean, and when we talk about this opportunity here, of course, in hindsight is easier, right? I didn't see this yesterday. To be honest, I was so focused. I didn't see what the heck. I didn't see it. Yes, when I was doing my homework. I said, "Wait a minute, what the heck?" Right? But watch how many periods has to pass, right, before you have anything, before you have something, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? 5 periods, and you may have even 5, 6, 6, 7, 8, even up to 8 periods, for the trade to develop. And that's what is called developed traders. Developed trades. It takes time, right? Sometimes you can get short here, and right away your market just came back up to here. Right? I'll come back like 1 tick, 2 ticks. That's it. It may not take the high, but coming 1 tick, 2 ticks from this high really increases the risk, right? I said the market telling me, you know what? Screw you, right? This is not for you today. And I just close. I take the loss and close. Then the market may do this movement. It may break. It may even have a bigger break, but that's another trade now, right? That's not the original. Didn't work because this is matter minds. This is how strategies. This is how you base your strategy, how you build your strategy. Also, the mindset to keep the strategy, the rules, to stick to your rules. Because what usually happens is the next time you place a trade, if you don't follow your rules, after watching what happened, when you close your trade, and then the market moves in the direction of your trade, you may say the next time, I'm not going to close. I am going to keep it. But that will be breaking your rules, right? And the next thing you know, the market is way up, or down against you. You are deep underwater, really fast, really quick. It happens. It happens all the time. Sticking to your strategy should be something easy to do. Now, you shouldn't have any effort. You shouldn't put any effort or having any difficulties closing your position or taking the trade. If you still cannot do that, that means you still need some job to do that. You don't have the habit yet, right? You don't have the confidence yet, right? Or maybe your strategy is not even very well defined yet. Those things are very important with trade. Most traders, when they find, or when they have, most traders are, I won't say losers, but they are unsuccessful, right? Because I don't say losers because most, this statistically, there's this statistics that, in this industry, there's a good amount, right? More than 70% of the trades that most traders do are positive. And one cannot believe that, right? Most of the trades are positive. But, the outcome, the end result, when you check your P&L, your weekly or monthly P&L, is negative, right? Rather, the funds that these traders, the most traders have, rather dim or disappear quickly. The media is, the average time is 4 to 5 weeks. It's unbelievable how short it is. And the losses also are higher. You may have less losing trades, but these are bigger. That these losses are far, outgrow the wins. Right? Compared to the wins, the losses are huge. Right? And that's part of the strategy as well. And it takes time. It takes time to build a strategy, because it takes time to know yourself too. really it's time to know yourself. Time to get to know the markets as well. And at the end, what we trade here is, one of the things we trade is ourselves. You know, our minds, we are a really, really considerable adversary. We are a danger to ourselves many times. When we start, that's the case in this business. The things we don't know that. We ignore that. Either by choice or unconscious, or without any conscious of that. By choice, because you see, right? You see your results. You see your trades. You can take a look at your losses and your wins, how many times you take a trades, how much time you stay in the market, how many trades you take. We can see those things, but we just choose to ignore what we are watching there. And by doing so, we don't improve. We don't acknowledge our issues, where we need to put our efforts, what we need to do. We are all different. What I did or what I need to do is maybe something completely different to what you have to do. And most traders, go from one, they are jumping from one YouTube the stream to another, just looking for some specific answer. Right? But somebody will give me the key. Somebody has the formula. Somebody holds the power to control markets. It's not like that, unfortunately. It's just not like that. The soon you get rid of, you get that belief to fade, the better, the sooner you are going to be better. The sooner your odds of improve will come. I'm not saying you want to go better, but the sooner the odds of improvement will come, because you start to acknowledge where you are at, you start to know yourself, and then you start your work. It's like, and just getting to that point, is getting to the blank, to the blank canvas where you are going to start to build something. Right? That's the starting point. Just to get to that. It is really hard to acknowledge that. Getting the realization that, you know what, I know nothing here. I don't know anything about this business. Especially for people who has been trading for years. Right? Years I've been trading. Just admitting that, you know what, I don't know anything here. What I'm doing is wrong, and I need to discard everything I know. I need to get rid of everything I have learned and start from scratch. Like a blank canvas, right? For an artist. Now, coming back to the market has come back inside. It's leaving us a questionable low, and it's coming back inside previous day range. That low is just one piece of information. The selling, again coming from previous all-time high. Very short-term trading here in this market right now. Now, this is the second time we have taper in the lower side. Just check this out, right? How dries here, how volume dries here. Same thing happened in A, and we don't have taper up here. If I take a long here, no, this market has to take that previous all-time high out and don't come back to check it out. That can be this. It is by watching, you know, it is obvious now that the market is paying a lot of attention to that reference, and you cannot see that here. If you check your charts, you don't see that yesterday. No, you don't see that even before yesterday, yeah, during this day. It's way behind, right? But there's something here. You know, the market is doing, is having, is paying attention. The market knows about this. Do you know about this? Have you seen this thing? It's still in your charts. This job is based on observation. Let's see now if this have some upside here. This has come back in here. Now, if a high is taken, this L is start to have some relevance here. Now, I want to show you something. No, just notice how many times this market has sold from this area, right? From this level, and then come back to sell yesterday. And this is Nasdaq. All right. And what happened in Nasdaq? We have something similar to that, but in the opposite direction here this day. Notice how this market buys from this area. I have no idea what the price was, but just notice what happened, right? Buys here. This one takes this stops out, but this is just a stop chasing here. There's a lot of inventory here. Long inventory, mechanical, and very short time frame long inventory here. And yesterday, what the market does just after that, right? What do we have here? Again, it starts to buy from this area, right? It buys from this area. I hope you can see that. You have this area here, right? And then, you know, that's one area. Market buys here. This may take some stops here, but there's a lot here. Probably here maybe one important. Also, if this market closes these distributions, that's one good. Also, there is something here, right? Good amount of stops around this area. And what the market does after that, right? But all this movement has a base, right? What's going to happen? I didn't know that they were going to take this area, or it was going to come back down here. I had no idea that was going to happen. I mean, if I do if I short the market here, based on this, it just doesn't work like that. I need to see something, right? This will be something trading based on faith, right? Trying to catch a high. This will be trying to catch a high here. Also trying or trading based on basing my decisions in expectation of what the market will do, rather than what the market is doing, right? What the market is doing. That's a different thing. Then you may have the same trade, but the underlying, the mindset for each one, it cannot be more different. This reference in Nasdaq is up here. Right? Now this is not looking good for shorts here. Look at that high. Look at those highs there. But look at the lows as well. A very, very short-term trade here. Buying coming from Cedar in Nasdaq, and from this previous all-time high in the ES. Value is lower. What we talked in the morning was, trades might change, maybe changing their minds and selling rallies now. But to sell a rally, first we need a rally. Okay? First we need a rally. Hey cheap viewers, that's PWM Dark Sonic. Thank you, but no thank you. I don't do this for viewing. Streaming is not my business. Thank you. I don't do streaming for the views. Right, let's see. Next thing, M high and probably potential destination L high. We may very well have a range, 2-day range here. Information. After the movement that we have, this is a big rally that we had in just 1 month. Markets seldom go from rally to break. They always rally or break, and then they form a range, and then a continuation of the rally, continuation of the break, or a rally or break. which would be the opposite of what they were doing. I wonder how much those viewers will cost. But that's another business there. Those are some bots, I believe. They may sell you programs to, the they may open a bunch of windows and then, or with a bunch of users, fictitious users that sync in your stream. Or tune with your screen, not sync with your stream, tune with your screen. Look at where that high is. Overnight high. Lots of chop here today. I am going to leave the market alone here. Now it's just coming back and forth, but I too much chop here. Um, I tried along. I tried along in Nasdaq when it took sell, right? But it just doesn't have continuation here. There, it just doesn't have continuation. I was stop out when I move my stop. Basically, just scratching a trade. There is nothing here. I want to leave it. I need to give it more time. This level is holding. I give it more value to these references here because it is something that most people, most traders or retail doesn't even know that it is here. So if there is something coming out from here, there may be another, kind of a slightly higher time frame trading going on here. And I decided to take Nasdaq instead of ES. Right? Maybe I was wrong there. I was following both here. I was following both here how this market was trading. We have another reason is do we have excess here, right? We don't have excess here. We do have excess here. It has closed most of this, you know, this kind of like half of this. No, it's very weak. It's very weak. Okay? But at least has closed two more today, and it was. You know, I just feel something here, right? And as if Cedar was being taken back here, once it out did this back and forth, I was just going to close. But when it came back up here, it just stalls here. I have this as a potential destination. No, has this area as a potential destination. Maybe I closed it too soon, but I just didn't like how it's doing, how this movement is doing. Right? Sailor still remains here. I might be wrong. Okay, but it was just I had to live with that decision. Once I closed the trade, I forgot about that. I tried to forget, and I moved onto the next one. What's next, right? Now that trade is over, didn't work. Well, at least I'd close it because I didn't like how the market is moving, and just let it go. Right? I'm not going to re-enter here. Okay, that trade was good. Now I'm going back in. Okay, I may re-enter the movement, but that will be another trade based in another set of I mean using the same guidelines but not the same references or the same how I say the same set of ideas that were behind the first one, right? It won't be. Doing that for me would be a mistake, and I do that because I learned the hard way not to do it. You know, everything here is learned that way. I was told multiple times not to do it that way, and of course I know better, right? I am smarter. I'm going to do. I'm just going to take the trade back. And guess what? I wasn't that special. All right. Unless there's any question, it is 10:45 almost. Unless there's any questions, I will call it a day. If I see something interesting, I will just post it in Discord. All right. Have a wonderful rest of the day. Stay safe. Have a wonderful weekend too. If I don't see you. Okay. See you next week. Bye bye.